Systems of measurement. There are three main systems of measurements used in the world. One is metric system, other is British Imperial system, and the other is U.S. Customary system. Let us move out with units of measurement. Unit. What is unit? Unit is defined as the reference standard used for measurements. Following are the commonly used system of units in metric system of measurements. Metric system of measurements has C.G.S units, M.K.S units, and SI units. What are C.G.S units? The centimeter, gram, second system of units, abbreviated as C.G.S, is a variant of the metric system. The C.G.S system goes back to a proposal in 1832 by German mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss to base a system of absolute units on the three fundamental units of length, mass, and time. Unit of length is centimeter. You can see the centimeters on a scale or a tape. Unit of mass is gram. Unit of time is second. C.G.S units of mechanics. Here you can see the table in which the quantity symbol, C.G.S unit name, and the unit symbols are presented. The mostly used quantities, which are length, mass, time, velocity, acceleration, force, energy, power, pressure, dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity, wave number. Here you can see the C.G.S units of electromagnetism: electric charge, electric current, electric dipole moment, heat energy, illumination, magnetic dipole moment, magnetic field strength, magnetic flux density, magnetomotive force, permeability, and the pressure. Commonly used physical constants in C.G.S units, which are atomic mass constant mu, Bohr magneton μb, Bohr's radius a0, Boltzmann constant k, electron mass me, gravitational constant capital Z, Planck's constant h, speed of light in vacuum is c. Here you can see the constant, the symbol, and the value of the constants. What are M.K.S units? The M.K.S system of units has meter, kilogram, and second as its base units. M.K.S system fits the following units for the given dimensions. Here are the dimension name, unit, and the symbol, having the dimensions length, mass, time, force, energy, power, pressure, plane angle, solid angle. What are SI units? The full form of SI unit is a French word, System International. International System of Units, SI, is the modern metric system that is used universally as a standard for measurements. SI units play a vital role in scientific and technological research and development. There are several SI units used in physics that are used to express the different quantities. The quantities can be classified into two groups, which are basic units and derived units. It is made up of 7 base units, which are used for defining 22 derived units. The SI units can be expressed either as standard multiple or as fractional quantities. Following is the table with 7 base units with the name of quantity, with the SI unit, with the SI unit symbol. Here are the quantities: length, mass, time, electric current, thermodynamic temperature, amount of the substance, luminous intensity. Here are the SI derived units list. There are several derived units in physics. Some of the mostly wide used SI derived units in physics are given below. Units name, SI unit symbol, and base units and expression of SI unit. Force, weight, frequency, electric charge, electric potential, inductance, capacitance, resistance, electric conductance, magnetic flux density, energy, work or heat, power, angle, radioactivity, luminous flux. Apart from those units, there are some additional units commonly used in physics. Some of them are SI unit of momentum, SI unit of magnetic field, SI unit of heat, and the velocity. The 7 defining constants of international system. SI units are cesium hyperfine frequency, speed of light in vacuum, Planck's constant, elementary charge, Boltzmann's constant, Avogadro's constant, and the luminous efficacy of monochromatic radiation of frequency. Let us see the summary of the metric system of measurements. First, we have seen the C.G.S system, which has 3 base units: centimeter for length, gram for mass, and second for time. Covers whole mechanics, traditional commerce, and electricity and the magnetism. And second, we have saw M.K.S system, having 3 base units: meter for length, kilogram for mass, and second for time. It covers only measures of mechanics and traditional commerce. M.K.S. This is a new system, but it is the sequence of M.K.S system. Only A is added, which has 4 base units: meter for length, kilogram for mass, second for time, and the extra is ampere for electric current. Covers everything of M.K.S, does plus electricity and magnetism. We see that M.K.S covers only mechanics and traditional commerce, but M.K.S covers everything of M.K.S plus electricity and magnetism. And the final, we have seen SI system, having 7 base units: meter for length, kilogram for mass, second for time, ampere for electric unit, Kelvin for absolute temperature, mole for amount of substance, and candela for luminous intensity. Covers all known needs for measurements in science, engineering, and commerce, which cannot be said of the 3 preceding systems. Thus, SI system is a superset of both M.K.S and M.K.S.A. But SI system is not a superset of any of the C.G.S systems, even though the centimeter, gram, and second are SI units. Now let us work out on British Imperial system. What are F.P.S units? F.P.S units are the units of British Imperial systems. The F.P.S system of units has foot, pound, and second as its base units. Here is the table with dimensions, units, and symbol with the dimensions length, mass, time, temperature, volume, pressure, acceleration, density, energy, force, and power. Let us observe the difference between imperial and metric system of measurements. What is imperial system? A long time ago, Egyptians decided to measure using body parts. They used a foot to measure a foot, a thumb to measure an inch, and the distance from your nose to your outstretched thumb to measure a yard. It is the cubit and the palm. The Egyptians came up with measurements for the other things too, like weight, temperature, liquid volume, etc. This lasted for many years, but eventually they discovered a problem. Everyone's thumb and feet were of different sizes. They decided to make these measurements the same for everyone. So they marked them on an iron rod. You can see this in the picture. They marked them on the iron rod so that they wouldn't forget what they have decided. On the scale, you can see the readings or marks. This is called the imperial system, and the United States is one of the 3 countries that still uses it today, the imperial system. What is metric system? In other part of the world, some other people were also deciding how they were going to measure their world. They tried to figure out how far it was from the South Pole to the North Pole. Then they divided it into 1 million parts and called each part as a meter. They divided the meter into 100 equal pieces and called them as centimeters. Let us make out difference between Imperial and U.S. system of measurements. The most commonly used units of measurement in the U.S. and Imperial systems are shown in the table. Weight in U.S. system is pound. Weight in Imperial system is ounce. Volume in U.S. is gallon. Volume in Imperial is quart. Volume in U.S. is pint. Volume in Imperial is cup. Volume in U.S. is fluid ounce. Volume in Imperial is tablespoon or a teaspoon. Length in U.S. is mile. Length in Imperial is yard. Length in U.S. is foot, and length in Imperial is inch. These are the yard, inches, tablespoon, cup, pint, quart, gallon, ounce, and pound, the measurements used in U.S. system and British Imperial system. The only difference between the Imperial system and the U.S. system is in volume measurements. Not only are the number of ounces in pints, quarts, and gallons all larger in the Imperial system, the size of the fluid ounce is also different. as shown in the next table. British Imperial system is mostly used in British countries, whereas US customary system is mostly used in United States. In this table you can notice the difference between British Imperial system and the United system. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you. I am signing off. Stay tuned to Innovate Teaching channel.